It's May 22nd, and I wanted to show you my American Wisteria. This is Amethyst Falls from Monrovia. I bought it at Lowe's for probably $15 to $20, and it's got the more rounded shape, and it's highly fragrant. My kids say it smells like sweet tarts, like kind of like a grapey scent, grape sweet tarts. It has more rounded shape than the other Chinese Wisteria that ends up more being like a point. This is my honeysuckle vine. I propagated it from my mom's honeysuckle, which was coral. All right, moving on. So the Chinese Wisteria, it's got a more long flowers. It's pointed. They are blooming at the same time. So I think that's kind of cool. The Chinese Wisteria is not as fragrant, and it blooms out white and then turns to purple. So, but I still really like it. I wanted to try it out because it was so cheap from Walmart. You can see that, the American Wisteria is more of like a round shape, and it holds its flowers a little better. There are no seed pods, and I will show you that later on. Here's the side of my house, the north side. These are Robinson crab apples that I got from Home Depot, and they were only $8. I think I bought them in November or something and planted them up just because they were so cheap, and I thought that would be really cool. All right, so here is, my roses, and then from Home Depot I bought this dappled willow shrub. It is gorgeous. I love it. And it matches these roses that I got from Home Depot. I paid $10 for each one. They grow really fast, and they are so fragrant and so gorgeous. And I love the color. And I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, I got them at Home Depot. They're in a rectangular box. But they've done really well for me. Really, really well. They're so fragrant. You can smell them from 15 feet away. So, and last year they had climbed all the way up around my trellis, but I pruned them back. Check out this salvia and the pansies. These pansies I planted last September, and they're blooming. Look at that salvia. I bought that salvia clearance from Lowe's. All right, so it's the end of June, and I just wanted to show you this right here is my American Wisteria, the one called Amethyst Falls. I did get another flush of blooms. Like, here is an example. There, 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one right there. Maybe it was last week or the week before. And as you can see, there are no bean pods. There's no mess. I have not pruned at all. So now we're gonna go over to my Chinese Wisteria that I bought from Walmart, and I also have not pruned. So this is what's left over from the Chinese Wisteria. All these bean pods, which have seeds in them. And I'm going to have to prune this probably sooner than later. And that is another reason why I think I have heard say, stay away from the Chinese Wisteria, because it drops, all the seeds and keeps coming up. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. And then also my honeysuckle, it has not stopped blooming. And I love this honeysuckle so much. This is just a propagation. The honeysuckle that my mom had, it was coral, and it had no scent. And I took cuttings from my mom's coral unscented honeysuckle and let those cuttings grow, and they grew into the white and yellow, and these are highly fragrant. And I am so happy because although the coral is more of a color that I like, I care even more about the intense fragrance of this white and yellow honeysuckle. So it is good to prune the wisteria twice a year, in February and also in August. And the reason for that is just to help the blooms be more prolific. This last year, I did not prune in February, but I still got a huge amount of blooms. Well, here's my little path of zinnias, and I have 3 blooms. These are the short zinnias that I got from Eden Brothers. I got them a few years ago. I have sunflowers right here growing. These are sunflowers that dropped from my bird feeder. They just started growing. These are my roses. I do continue to get blooms on these roses, although I probably need to spray for, yep, Japanese beetles. You can see one in there. I tried to figure out which roses these were called, and I couldn't figure it out. But I know that I bought them at Home Depot in a rectangular box. They were $10 each. So I know I can remember that. Let's look at the salvia. So the salvia bloomed, and then I got another flush of blooms. I've been told, oh, you need to cut it back after it blooms and then it'll bloom again. Well, I did not cut it back and it bloomed again anyway. So this is my calamintha. I love it so much. It smells amazing. Okay, so here's the pansies. This is June, and these pansies are dying off because of the heat. So I've been watering them every day, but they don't do well in the heat, and they will probably die very soon, and I will plant something else right there. But I just wanted you to see what it looked like, because I had an awesome picture in May of the pansies next to the salvia. And well, this is the end of June, and so we can still see some purple from the salvia, and we can see some yellow, but they're definitely dying off because of the heat. And once they die, I will plant something else. I might just seed for zinnias right there and call it a day. Anyway, I will buy more of these pansies. I always get these pansies at Colonial Gardens in Blue Springs, and they are the sub-zero pansies, and they will bloom pretty much until January, and then they will die back and bloom again in March, and they will bloom March through June. So I love these sub-zero pansies from Colonial. They are one of my favorite things. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day.